Marriage records with the St. Louis County Library. There are multiple online resources for finding St. Louis City and St. Louis County marriage records. Starting with marriages that took place in the city, there is a free website where you can search for city marriage records. To access this website, we will use Google to search. Type the search City of St. Louis, find a marriage record. Select the search result, find a marriage record from the City of St. Louis. On this website, select the Begin Online blue button. Input the name of a bride or groom in the search field and run the search. The search results will be ordered with the most recent at the top and older as you scroll down. The database contains city marriage records from present day to all the way back in the 1800s. The process for finding the details of marriages that took place in St. Louis County is very similar. To find the St. Louis County marriage records, use Google to search for St. Louis County Deed Search. Look for the search result that is Deed Search, St. Louis County website. Once on the site, select the indexes for marriage license link. A box will pop up letting you know you are being redirected to a different website. Select Continue On. Input the name of a bride or groom in the search field and run the search. Just like with the St. Louis City marriage records, the county records are ordered from the most recent starting in the 1980s, going as far back as 1877, since this is when St. Louis County split apart from the city. While these two databases do not have a scan of the actual marriage licenses, you can copy or write down the identifying details of the marriage and use those details to retrieve the marriage licenses through another website. To get St. Louis City marriage records dated pre-1965 or St. Louis County marriage records dated pre-1960, we will search for FamilySearch.org. To use this website, you will need to have a free account. If you do not have an account already, select Create Account and follow the steps. Otherwise, sign in. To start off, Family Search will only allow you to have a few parameters to search by. In the search area, type the first and last name of either the groom or the bride. Then add St. Louis, Missouri in the location field and select Search. After the initial search results are listed, they can be further narrowed down by clicking the pencil icon on the left. In the edit box that appears, scroll down to where it says Spouse. Now select Spouse. This will allow you to add the name of the spouse to help narrow down the search. Select Search to complete the edit. If your search results are being cluttered by census records, military records, or immigration records, you can click on the Birth, Marriage, and Death filter on the left to limit the search further. Once you find the name of the individual you are looking for, click the blue hyperlink name to bring up the full record page. Typically, there will be a thumbnail of the marriage document available to click on. You may get a pop-up letting you know where the images were provided from. Click OK to continue. Note that many marriage records on FamilySearch.org actually contain multiple pages to each record. Let's select the next page. Oftentimes, it will include a recorder's information page, which will include more information about the bride and groom. To help view the documents, there are zoom tools available in the upper right corner. Now we can see the residents listed for the bride and groom under their names. This page is also downloadable by clicking the downward-facing arrow button. Select Download, and the file will be in your Downloads folder. For marriage records after 1965 in the City of St. Louis and after 1960 in the St. Louis County, you may request copies of the marriage records from the City of St. Louis Recorder of Deeds or the St. Louis County Recorder of Deeds. For City of St. Louis marriage records after 1965, we will need to search in Google for St. Louis City obtain a copy of marriage license. Select the search result for obtain a copy of a marriage license from the City of St. Louis. Scroll down the page to instructions. There will be written instructions for getting the city marriage license through the mail, in person, and online. For St. Louis County marriage records after 1960, we will need to search in Google for St. Louis County Get a Copy of a Marriage License. In the search results, select Get a Copy of a Marriage License from the St. Louis County website. On the website, select the blue link Marriage License Copy Order Form. Fill out the form and follow the instructions. If you have any questions or need any further assistance, please contact the History and Genealogy Department.